It's William with the Riverstone Life, and we're going to get load number 101. And I just been informed it's snowing there. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I have my group chat with all my referrals, and they're always telling us what's going on everywhere. Everything, all the gossip that's out there, and I'm getting pictures of 3 inches of snow where I'm going to get my load 101 from. And I'm going, what? 80 degrees where I was yesterday. I thought I was working down south and avoiding all the snow. Not looking forward to getting out and getting all wet and cold, snowed on, truck all dirty again. Oh. Hope I can get in and out of there real quick, because I'm going to turn and burn and get at least 5 hours down the road. I think I can drive for another 5 or 6 hours today, so that should get me to the warmer weather is what I'm hoping. Because I need to deliver in Florida tomorrow, and I do know there's a cold front moving through that might come down and get a little colder in the south for a few days. I think Tuesday and Wednesday, something like that. Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. So we'll see how that all works out. But if I get my load delivered, I'm going to go see Robin, and we can take a day for the crappy weather to clear and get back up to Indiana, do it all over again, right? I'm going to try this whole south thing. We're going to see how this works. Watch, there won't be no loads going south now that I want to do this. Maybe I'm using reverse psychology. I'm telling myself this, I'm telling the camera this, I'm telling everybody this, and then boom, I'll get my loads going west. The snow will be gone, it'll clear up. I'll go out there and make a bunch of money, right? Either way, I'm going to make some money somehow. I'm either going that way or whatever, but it's all going to work out. So let's get our butts there. We still got 2 hours yet to go, and then we'll get this thing hooked up. We'll turn on the camera and let you see your first snow for the year, if it's still there when I get there. Right? I'd be fine with no snow at all this year. I was talking to Robin yesterday. She asked me, I uploaded some videos and stuff. She's working on videos, and she's like, are you really going to work this out? I said, I'm thinking about it. She goes, you think you can make enough money? I'm going, I don't know, but we're going to give it a try. Yeah, if these loads are here, I'll just keep running them down, swing into the Riverstone, or swing into the beachfront house. It's not really beachfront, but the beach is only 6 minutes away. So, yeah, if I can make it work, I'm going to do it. As long as I can make some money, because when I'm out here working, it's about the money. It's not about if I have to sleep in the truck, or if I can sleep in the house or sleep in the camper. It's about making money. I like to come out here and hit it hard for a few weeks. I tell myself 3 weeks all the time, but I go out here and I make enough money in 2 weeks that I don't have to work 3 weeks. Last time I worked 3 weeks because I knew I was going to take at least 3 weeks to a month off. And I went out, hit it hard, worked 3 weeks, and then I took off 3 weeks, and it worked out perfect. So, hoping this works the same way. So, and you know how this works. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Go up there in the top corner, hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I put a video out there. Leave a comment. It helps push the video out to other people. I gotta turn that notification thing off. If you get bored, go to my other channel, William Untethered. Do the same thing. Go over there, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, go up there and hit the bell notification, leave a comment, right? If you're thinking about RV transport, go down there in the description below. Robin puts everything down there. Anything you need help with, reach out to riverstonelife@gmail.com. I think I pretty much told you everything you needed to know in this video. So now we can just work on making the rest of the video. Well, I'm 54 miles away from picking up my unit. There is some snow out in the fields. There's no snow on the roads. So when I go and pick this unit up, I'll turn the camera on when I'm driving in there, and we'll see if we can see any snow in the yard or on the units and see what kind of mess I get to deal with. But right now the roads are clear, so everything's working the way I want it to work. But you know what, I thought I would talk about something a little bit here, because ever since I put the numbers out about going, versus far deliveries, short deliveries, reloads, no reloads. My buddy he's got his operating cost down to 26 cents per mile. I've had people just flooding me with text messages and stuff, telling me, William, this is what you can, you don't get your money as fast when you go out west. You're going to do the short loads, and it'll probably balance out the same way when you're all said and done. And they're trying to root me on or telling me what to do. And I thought, you know what, I need to throw something in here for new people that are thinking about this job, because I have so many new guys that start this job and they get a load going to Texas, or they get a load going to Colorado. Loads that I've done that are a day and a half turnaround time. So your timing is you haul ass on all day Sunday, your 11 hours, and then you're delivering that thing Monday morning because of the time changes, when you can read your 10-hour reset. You're getting up right when you can do that and getting on the road, and you're getting there and getting it delivered, and you're doing it in that day and a half. I mean, these are loads that I put in. I mean, when I'm grabbing those loads on days where I can make that happen. I'm making sure that dealer is operating on Saturdays, taking loads. There's a few out there that do Sundays, far and few, but when I'm looking for my load, I'm looking for those days of delivery, because I'm always working. I need to get paid every day. And if you're not getting paid every day and you're sitting around, you're not making no money. And before you know it, the 30 days is up. So when I tell you that this job, the most important thing about this job is timing. Learning your logs, learning your timing, the clocks, the delivery points, all that stuff, picking up your loads, working those things. It's all about timing. When people don't make my numbers, it's because you're not listening to parts of videos like this. You're not timing your stuff correctly. My argument with a short run and a long run, this is what's going to happen. You're going to grab that short run on a Saturday, or a Friday, let's say, and you're going to deliver it on a Saturday. In your mind, I'm going to drive back to Indiana. I'm going to grab another load and deliver it for Monday. That's great when your load board has 600 loads on it and you can self-dispatch. You don't know where you're going to go. You're not going to know if you're going where you want to go, but you're going to deliver, you're going to drive, you're going to run out of time, you're going to wake up the next morning, you're going to drive in there and you're going to grab a load. Well, that doesn't work when there's no loads. You do not want to be back in Indiana on a Sunday when you delivered on a Saturday and you haven't made no money for Sunday, and you're waiting to get a load on Monday, and now you're trying to get a hold of the dispatchers when 200 other guys, and that number could be even bigger for all I know, I'm just using that number, throwing it out there, 200 other guys are trying to get a load, and you're all sitting on your phone waiting to self-dispatch, and people are calling in and getting the loads before they even hit the board, and you've wasted 2 days you didn't get paid. Okay? This is the difference between the way I think and the way other people think. So I'm grabbing my load on Friday and I'm going 3 days, 11 hours a day, boom, 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 boom. And I'm delivering Monday morning. Okay? I'm not in Indiana trying to get a load. I'm not fighting with all them other people out there. I'm working the reload board that I can control wherever I'm at if there's reloads. But I got paid to drive Friday. I got paid to drive Saturday. I got paid to drive Sunday. You see where I'm going with this? I didn't waste any days. That's where the big difference on the big numbers and the people that make it in this job. So now I'm driving back from wherever I was. I'm looking for reloads in that area. Sometimes I get lucky and I just grab one at the place I just delivered, and I get a reload and make another $1,000. I deliver that the next day. 4 days, that's 5 days. 5 days, and I just billed $5,000. That's the perfect example. It worked for me 11 out of 14 times this year when I did that. 11 out of 14. Okay. Then I had a bad streak there where I didn't have 3, but then I came back and had a streak where I got 2 and 3 reloads the next 6 times I went out there. So overall for my whole year, did it pay off? It paid off tremendously. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Now if I don't get the reload, then I start driving back, okay? And then I'm planning what my next my next thing's going to be? Am I going to go and do an adventure and work on a reset? Or am I going to drive straight back to Indiana and waste $250, $300? But the whole time I'm doing that, I'm watching that load board. I'm waiting for somebody's truck broke down, and I get to grab their load and go right back out to west somewhere. That's another way. Because when people break down, they put that load on there, and they're usually broke down on the route that I'm taking, coming back. But I try to work the Hanson yard and maybe work my way towards Hanson, or I try to work my west loads where I got to drive back by Hanson. You see how this is all timing. You got to be thinking. So I'm out there delivering in Washington. I'm driving back, and right before I get to Hanson, the load pops up and I grab it. Another reload. I'm working those angles, and it's worked for me. Okay. This time I started this job, they didn't have any. They had one load going out west, and somebody beat me to it. I don't get any specialty. William, the YouTuber, doesn't just call the bat line and get his load. It doesn't work that way, guys. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So I didn't get a load going west. So now I am thinking, wait a minute. I'm not grabbing a load, delivering that Saturday morning, and not having something else to do. And be like all them guys that are sitting there at the Walmart parking lot bitching and complaining they can't make no money. There's no money in this job. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with timing, experience, the things that watching the channel and learning from me and all the other guys out there that tell you this stuff. That's why I don't have a load going out west, because some of you really listen. And you're the ones that are succeeding at this job. I might just work myself right out of a job if I keep telling you how to do this. Okay, now I'm thinking, I'm going to get this load and get it hooked up. As soon as I get it hooked up, I'm getting on that phone because I can't self-dispatch another load out of there because I'm hooked to a load. That's another thing that makes no sense to me. There's lots of things that don't make no sense to me that Wave does, but it's their business. You either work by what they give you, or you go work for somewhere else. That's the bottom line. You can bitch and complain about every company out there, how they don't do it your way, but at the end of the day, you either work the angles to make their deal work, or you don't work there, okay? Well, I'm like, I'm going to get on the phone, and I'm going to call a dispatcher. I'm calling every one of them. One of them finally answers, and I said, hey, is this load? Nope, it's gone. You got another one? Yep. Nope, that's gone. Got another one? This one? I had my 3. I had 4 of them that were gonna work for what I wanted to do in my time frame. And the third one, he's like, that's there. I'll dispatch it to you. I said, I'll pick it up on Sunday. I didn't tell him I already had a load. I was under load. I don't know if you can do that or can't. I know that I've had double loads dispatched to me before. I know lots of other drivers. People that are actually out here getting things done. Wave works with people and makes those guys have the loads. If you're a slacker, you're not following through, you tell them one thing, you're not there on time, you're not picking up, you're not doing what you say, they're never going to do that for you. It was never questioned, he dropped the load. I had it. It can happen to you. It's happened to other drivers. I talk to people all the time. I already have my second load lined up. And that's the only way that I can make these short runs work, because I need to be getting paid for every day that I'm out here. It's that simple. I grabbed that load, I filled up, and I took all the way down there, and it cost like $300 less than this time. I got better fuel because I'm not familiar with the stations down in this area, so I paid a little bit more at the one that I went to, the Pilot. When coming back, I was watching them all, trying to, when I'm driving going there, I'm looking for my route back and where I'm getting fuel. Thinking ahead. This is what I'm telling you guys. Think ahead. You got to be on top of this game. I already knew where I was getting my fuel in the next one. So I bought fuel, and it was a little bit over $300. I took all the way down there, and I delivered that, and I made it almost all the way back on that fuel. This time when I filled up was $260 some. I saved even more money. I bought it in Kentucky, where I got better fuel mileage than it was, where I was going. There was a Buc-ee's that had pretty good price, but I hate Buc-ee's. Sometimes I just don't like fighting the mess of the people and all that. If I don't have a trailer on it, then I might go to the Buc-ee's, but I needed DEF, and the last time I was there, I couldn't get DEF. It wasn't working. So I was like, I'm just going to go to a Pilot, You got to go to a Pilot to get your best fuel discounts. People reach out to me about that all the time. How do you save? They give you a COM data card. Your discount's in that COM data card. leave money on that COM data card. You can't add money to the COM data card. If you transfer all your money to your bank account, you don't have any money on your COM data card, and you need to go back to get another load, you need to have money on there to get that fuel discount, because believe it or not, you might pay over here and pay $309. You might go into a Pilot and pay, I don't know, $289, $298, whatever, and it was cheaper with your COM data card. The pumps go faster, you can fuel up faster. There's lots of advantages with that. You got, like I keep telling you, pay attention to this. So now, you know how I did it. I went down here, delivered. I'm going back, grabbing another one. I'm delivering tomorrow morning, probably 10 or 11 o'clock, depending on, I can only drive another 5-6 hours tonight, then I shut it down. As soon as my 10 hours resets, I'm on the road. I don't care if it's 4 in the morning, whatever it is when it resets. The time changes another hour, that affects that time. You gotta pay attention to that stuff. And then I'm always trying to be there at 9 o'clock or before, so I'm not waiting in line for other people to deliver. So I'm always on top of my game. And then the whole time I'm doing that, I'm looking for a reload down there that maybe I can grab and take somewhere else. The best part about this one is going 10 minutes away from where our new house is. So if nothing pops up, I'm going to the house. I'm taking a shower. I'm spending family time. I'm working the reload board. Maybe I don't even have to drive back to Indiana and do it again. But I'm not sitting in Indiana on a Monday trying to get a load when everybody else is. I'm using my time wisely. Do I think the short loads can work? I think they can work if you do it the way I'm telling you to do it. If you're not doing it that way and you're not paying attention. I have to throw this stuff into videos. I've had new drivers lately. They walk out of class and I don't know if they're just overwhelmed, and then they decide to go to lunch and they goof off, and in their head they're not thinking about, if I'd have just went and got my load, ate my lunch on the way there, I could have delivered this tomorrow morning. Instead, they're pulling out of there on a Friday morning that they can't get there by 3 o'clock on a Saturday because they don't know that these places only let you do deliveries. Some of them go to 5, some go to 3. I've had some only let you deliver till 1 o'clock on a Saturday. You need to be paying attention to that. So now they're driving down the road going, I can't deliver this till Monday. They call me, I can't deliver this till Monday. I guess I'm just going to goof off until Monday. No, you just lost money because you're spending a day and a half job and you're turning it into 3.5 days or 4 days, and you're losing money. That's bottom line. You know, my whole life I have worked for, every job I've done has been by the job. I'm getting paid for the job. The faster I do that job, the faster I get paid, and the less of my time that I am using for that job. You have to change your mentality. You're not getting paid by the hour. None of that works anymore. That whole thing, you throw it out the window. Now, the faster you get it done, legally and safely, I gotta say this because I don't want people out there going, oh, William said do it real fast. You still gotta follow rules, guys. But you work them rules to every little inch you can. You have to. If you want to make the numbers that I do, and you don't want to have to do this job every day of your life because you're wasting time, you want to be able to go out here and kick ass for 2 weeks and then go goof off for 2 weeks. Or you're getting the job done as fast as possible, then you're goofing off. Getting the next job as fast as possible, then you're goofing off. Not goofing off well, you're still delivering it. I have to explain this to people too. You're responsible for that unit behind here. You take something that's a day and a half to get delivered and you turn it into 3 or 4 days because you want to go see the biggest ball of twine or some shit like that. You're taking a chance that something happens to that, and it's gonna go against your insurance deductible, and you're gonna have to pay that deductible again. These are all the things. You can't control hail. You can't control weather. You can't control these idiots on the road. You can control you, and you can make sure you're getting that thing delivered and getting it signed off and away from you as fast as possible. I am trying to put so much more stuff into these videos so that people next year that get into this, you succeed. My videos in the beginning were just, I did it, you should be able to do it. This is common sense. You have common sense, but sometimes I think you just look at the title and the thumbnail and you lose interest because William didn't put enough, I don't know, enough boom on it to keep you motivated. So I'm putting more of this stuff in the videos. So I hope it doesn't drive some of you nuts. Some of you might just learn something too. I learn something from people all the time. I don't know everything, but I do know how to make money at whatever I do. Now let's get this damn thing picked up and let's go make some more money. I don't know, I think it's a little nipply out here. It's cold. Make sure that you have everything in your truck, because if you can see, I had to put on boots because it's all muddy here, and I was in, I don't know, shorts and a t-shirt and my Hey Dudes. It's not working in Indiana. But when I talk about timing, this is what I mean. If I'd have got here too early this morning, I'd been fighting the snow and the mess, and I got here at the perfect time. Everything's working on the trailer, the lights, battery, everything's all hooked up. I mean, when you ask about that battery right there, that's that little simple one that just clicks over there. Dually Depot. I paid $75. Somebody said they're $95 now. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it makes it a lot easier, especially when you're dealing with this cold weather and stuff like that. A little Coleman. Not a very fancy one. I mean, it's got the cheap siding and all that stuff on it. You know, make sure you check the lugs, check the air pressure, check all that stuff. Make sure you put your drain caps on. Always check these caps because they like to pop out. Guy the other day had to buy 2 of them, so maybe stick some tape on them if you're worried about them. I thought these newer ones were tighter. I wasn't having problems with them, but I still check them. All the ones last year, every time I stop at a rest area, they're about falling out, and I pop them back in. Some guys take them off, put them inside the camper, put them back on when they get there. But if you lose them, you don't want them getting turned in because it could cost you your damage deposit. So make sure you have them on there, or go in the store and buy them before you have it checked in, because it'll save you money. So just little things I'm trying to throw in these videos, because I talk to a lot of people and a lot of new people and all the problems they have, and they bring it to my attention. But there's the Coleman. We're on our way to Florida. It's supposed to be getting cold in Florida for a couple days. I don't think it's going to be this kind of cold. One thing I've noticed about Florida, it might get cold at night after the sun goes down, sun comes back up, things get warm again. So this is our video. This is the end of the video, because I made it long enough, because I threw more stuff in here that I didn't plan on doing. We're at this yard. I don't come to this yard very often, but there's quite a few campers in here. So, you know, leave me some comments. I know you will. We're going to get this to Florida, and I'll film when I get down there on the next video, because I've never delivered there either. So you don't know what you're going to get from me now. I'm making a lot of videos, and I hope that I'm putting a lot of good information into them to help all the new people for 2026. Hopefully we have some work in 2026, right? But you know how we end these videos. Always.